Hey coaches, what's going on? Okay guys, so I want to do this quick training video. As you know, we start to move forward and we start to, you guys keep rocking this out and we have more success. Obviously we're going to, expand these trainings and give you guys some more tips and tools on how to grow your business. As always, I'm going to continue to keep saying, please keep listening to the national coach calls. Those are just so important because you get little tips and stuff. Connect with other people in your area and connect with Beachbody coaches. Also, here's another thing. Make sure you're going to get to Summit, guys. I would love to see every single one of you at Summit. It is the grand puma of growing your business. I mean, it is the big thing, and you need to be there in order to continue to see growth. You just meet, you get to talk to people, you get to network, you get to learn so many things. It's a business write-off, it's a tax write-off, and it's an investment in your business. So I hope you guys are taking care of that, and we get to Summit all together, and that we can be together and hopefully share a meal together with that. That being said, one thing I want to talk about, especially if you're a part of the Coach Basics group, and even if you're not, if you're a new coach coming in, and you're kind of wondering, hey, where do I start? What are some of the things to do? We should have gone over your 7-day quick start by now. We should have talked about challenge groups, but I want to give you some tips and tools on how you can continue to find individuals to talk to about your challenge groups, how you can create and cultivate those relationships, and just some of those great tools that you use that can help you through your business. Okay, so let's start off number one. So if you were starting a challenge group, what are some things that you should be doing to get participants involved in that challenge group? You're excited, you're ready to go, you're starting a new challenge group. One thing that I continue to keep doing is, if you're an old coach, going back to those individuals that have said, you know what, this wasn't the right time for me, and letting them know I'm starting a new challenge group, I'm starting to do that. If you're a brand new coach, one of the top things that most people miss is that they try to run into it too fast and just throw the Beachbody links all around, say buy for me, buy for me, buy for me. And that's not very effective, because who's going to go onto a website? If you post a website, who's going to go on there, chances are, and buy something right away, right off the bat, without even thinking, without even asking questions, without even figuring out if it's for them, right? Very slim margin. You may get enough people that see those links out there and that sort of thing. So it's not about posting your links and just sharing about that the challenge group. Now, you do want to share that you're having a challenge group. That's so important. So many coaches get started and they don't say, hey, I'm having this rock solid, and you may not even want to call it a challenge group. I'm having this rock solid weight loss challenge. Share stories. That's the big thing. I had a friend that lost 25 pounds with 25 minutes a day. I'm so excited to start this new group. If you're interested, I would love to hear from you. Send me a message or comment below. Something simple like that, just generating some spark, generating some interest. But you also need to be talking to people on the side. And you need to be sending messages to people, because if you're not sending messages, you're not getting messages back in, right? So how do you do this? Well, if you go to the back office, it shares right in there how to build relationships, right? How to start relationships, how to get people to invite to be your friend, invite to your challenge groups, invite to join, your anything that you really have going on. These are great ways to this little document in the back office that talks about how to build relationships is a great way to start. I think we get so caught up, and I raise my hand, in trying to get challenge packs sold and Shakeology sold, that we lose focus of who we're talking to. So, if you're going to talk to a friend, reach out to that friend and start just a simple conversation. Hey, Justin, how's it going? I've been meaning to say hi to you. How's the family doing? So you start that conversation. They're friends with you on Facebook. They're going to see that you have a post there. They're going to see that you are engaged with a business or Beachbody, as long as you're posting, as long as you're sharing what you're doing, not just posting your link, but saying, wow, I had a tough workout today, or I've lost 10 pounds, or I lost a pound. As long as you're engaging in the conversation, they're going to see that. So as you're talking to those individuals, as you're out there sharing the relationships and growing those relationships, you're going to be able to transition that conversation much more, a lot easier, much smoother, to your coaching opportunity, to your challenge packs, those sort of things. Sending a message to a friend and just chatting it up and saying, hey, by the way, remember when we used to work out way back in the day? When we used to do those weights together at 5 a.m. in the morning? That was brutal, wasn't it? Are you still working out? What are you doing for your workouts? Easy transitions, that sort of thing. Get them talking about, weight loss, their goals, What is it that they want to accomplish? One of the big ones is a lot of people they're so busy, they're just so drained of energy, and having those conversations. What is it that creates that energy drain? Is it that they have just a crazy lifestyle and that they don't get the opportunity to go out to eat? I think the biggest thing is we don't prepare as a society for meals. So if you're talking to someone and they said, well, I just don't have time to cook, right? Well, what's a great recipe for that? Something like Shakeology. What's a great small tool that you can use? Something like T25 for a shorter workout. But you don't know what they need unless you start asking. So a great acronym that people use, and this is I've used this all the time, is called FORM. Okay, family, occupation, recreation, and then the message. Talking about the family. Hey, how are your kids? How are you doing? What's going on in your life? How's that job of yours? I know last time we talked about you were transitioning into a job. How are things going with you? So you're getting them talking, you're getting them engaged, because what they could say is, wow, this job is just killing me. It's just way too much. I put in way too many hours. I don't have time to work out, right? So that tells you where you can go with the conversation. Recreation. What do they like to do for a living? What do they like to play? What sports do they like to play? What can you best relate to with them? Okay, that's one. A lot of times I'm a big basketball fan, so I love to talk to guys about college basketball and females. And it's a great way to kind of bring it together, and then making those connections that way. And then the message. Finally, the message at the end. You've made those connections. You've talked to people. You started the connections. I think the toughest thing to do for most coaches is transition into that, which is really the easiest thing. Because if you post something about weight loss on your Facebook page or on Twitter or Instagram, hey, I feel great, and you're engaging in all these conversations, chances are a couple people are going to say, hey, what is it? What are you doing? Like, what is it that you're doing? Then you have the opportunity to say that. Okay, so these are some great tips and tools. But here's the thing: if you're still putting all that information in front of the same people, probably not going to get very many people that want to engage in losing weight and that sort of thing. If you only have 20 friends on Facebook and you're not adding people, you're not making more connections, you're not going, and it's not to say you have to go to the mall and just talk to people, but if you're not including other people in conversations, you're not adding friends, you're not engaging in other connections with people, you're not asking for referrals, you're not going to be able to grow a business. Okay, so you're going to be stuck on those same 20 people that you had before. So how do we get to the other individuals? How do we find those other individuals? Awesome groups that you're a part of, making connections. One of the things is, I made a video for you guys about being you and branding you. You are your business, and who you connect with is what is going to drive your business. Right? If you're a stay-at-home mom, chances are you're going to connect better with stay-at-home moms. If you're an athlete, former college athlete, chances are you're probably going to connect with former college athletes. So, finding those certain niches and finding those certain groups where you're connecting with those people. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a Beachbody conversation. It can just be something about, maybe it's you love to run and you go on a running website where they have awesome shoes and you talk about how you can help somebody with their or recommend certain shoes or get a recommendation from someone about certain shoes, right? One thing that I love to do is, I had a fairly big high school. I graduated with over 400 in my class. If you don't have that, that's okay. But what we tend to do is take out your yearbook and just look through some people and go, oh, I forgot. James, I used to be good friends with him, and go look and search for him on Facebook and add him as a friend and send him a message and just say, hey, how's it going? How are things going for you? And reconnect with those people. The more people you're continuing to keep adding, the more people you're going to see that start to come out of the woodwork, and really you're going to keep that going. Okay, so there's some great tips, you guys. Twitter, you can do some great searches on there as well. Instagram, you can look up people's pictures. Okay. Tagging people, that's another great way to get your posts out there. As you tag people, more people see it, especially if you tag a friend, their friends see that tag. Okay, so you can definitely make connections, but it's all about getting more connections. It's not necessarily about the sales. Okay, it's about the connections and those relationships that you make, because what's going to happen is the more relationships that you make down the road, the more people that you're connecting with, the more opportunities that you have to talk to them about losing weight, about getting healthy. they join your challenge group, and they become part of your team, right? That's what we want as Beachbody coaches. So I hope this video helps you guys, gives you some tips and a few insiders on how to grow your business, and we will see you guys next week.